I'm proud that we have managed to stay together and stay alive for so long.
Oh,
All the time.
you're speaking like locals now.
I love it. The best version of Mikkel Learns to Rock is when the three of us do very honest music.
And we heard a lot of stories about children that actually learned English through our songs in many countries in Asia. I have always been a huge ABBA fan, actually, and so ABBA has been the biggest inspiration actually for my songwriting.
Recorded someday, it was like everything just fell together.
First time we went to Asia and had a show, we realized, hey, this works even without Soren. The audience, they still love the music, and that's what made us keep going.
Can't believe it. My childhood heroes are here. Mikkel, Jascha, and Kare. From me, Hrishi K, and everybody at Radio 1, thank you for coming to India again. We love you.
Thank you. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's great being back.
Mikkel, as you can see,
Oh,
apart from being a Mikkel Learns to Rock fan, I'm a rock fan. And whenever I see you play the guitar, especially when you play the lowly slung electric guitar during your guitar solos, I feel, Mikkel should have been in a rock metal band. Did you grow up listening to rock, heavy, hard rock, metal? I don't know.
No, I didn't. But I listened a lot to Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
David Gilmour is one of my huge inspirations.
What a player.
Really, he's one of the big ones for me. But I was never like a guitar player. I was more like a band. I like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I don't really have any guitar heroes, but I just tend to like bands with great guitarists. And Pink Floyd is definitely one of them.
Lovely. Jascha, everybody knows you grew up with classical training, yeah? Before moving into pop songwriting, but when you write MLTR ballads, are you still thinking a little classical in the melody, harmony, or structure?
Yeah, I think it sits very much in my whole body that I grew up with classical music. So of course it must be a part of my songwriting. I thought classical music was a little boring actually. So
not Beethoven. I love Beethoven.
I tried to make it really much more tough, like Sleeping Child and things like that.
Well said. Kare, you've handled the business side of things very well. You are known as the music business brain. What's one decision you're proud of that really protected MLTR long term? Because as a brand, you want to protect the band from the business side.
Wow, that's the question I never had before.
Thank you.
I appreciate that a lot. You should know that. But it's been a long, journey, and I've been in and out on the side, working together with managers and advisors and stuff like that. And I never took any decisions alone, first of all. We all took the decisions as a band. I tried to communicate with people and get the information we needed in order to take the decisions. So I will say that I've been proud to be able to be in a band and dealing with the business part of this band. And I'm proud that we have managed to stay together and stay alive for so long.
Beautiful. Mikkel, a lot of people turn around and say, in a band, you should modernize the sound. A lot of people will get electronic dance music in, beats in, DJs in, all kinds of things. But what we love in India about your music, because we live with our parents, we have a great family structure.
Yes.
If the parent is playing Mikkel Learns to Rock, the child will listen. The child is playing it, the next generation will listen, which is so beautiful.
I love it. Yeah.
And so how do you manage to keep the sound, despite the pressure, people saying, maybe MLTR should modernize. We love your classic sound.
It's a really, really good question. And the thing is that we were always very careful about not just doing whatever was, what they wanted us to do in a commercial way. And believe me, I think we had a record company in the 90s. And suddenly we had trends like trip hop and Britpop and grunge and whatever, Europop. And it was like, I think for us, and it happened very early on, that Mikkel Learns to Rock is really about taking Jascha's songs and just going in the direction of that feeling in the music. And you don't get there if you just follow the trends. You do whatever is necessary for that song, that composition and the lyrics. So we always were very careful about not trying to do what others would suit them in a commercial way. So every time we work together, the sound that comes out of the three of us is actually like a filter. It's like, and it's very pure. It's really pure because we think we think the best version of Mikkel Learns to Rock is when the three of us do very honest music. So,
Jascha, you're an inspiration to a lot of Indian bands that want to write in English and go global. Because just like you, English is our second language, sometimes third language.
Yeah.
When you write, do you consciously write for global English, or you just write naturally and then it just becomes global?
No, it was just we were all very ambitious right from the beginning, and so it was a choice to write in English because we wanted to go abroad, and definitely, and so, and you're right, it's not our first language, which means that there's a simplicity to our lyrics actually that fits maybe other listeners that don't have English as the first language. And we heard a lot of stories about children that actually learned English through our songs in many countries in Asia. And it's really wow, amazing that we are so well known everywhere, like the songs.
You know, Corey Ringo Starr, the drummer of the Beatles, said this once.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, people say it's just a drummer, but there are some songs just so difficult to play live. But it's deceptive because the drummer's sitting at the back and you think, it's easy." Is there a song in the set list which is very difficult to nail live? Not now, because you've been doing it for so many years, but initially it's difficult to nail live, but people think, it's okay, because it's deceptive. A drummer's role is very deceptive sometimes.
But I understand completely what you're saying. And yes, there is one song, The Actor.
Wow.
It was really difficult to, first of all, find a way to record it. And once we recorded it, we pretty much couldn't play it live. So, and I had to use all kinds of other, sample sounds and stuff like that, trigger sounds, in order to try and find the right way to play the drums. And then, of course, as we toured with the song and started playing it live, we learned it. But it was really difficult because it was created in a studio where you have all these possibilities and options and things you can do. So that's a good example of exactly what you're saying. If you don't, some songs you record in the studio on the drums, and then it's easier to take them on the road. But The Actor was difficult.
actually, one of my favorite quotes from Keith Richards, of the Rolling Stones. He once said that, I love Charlie Watts, their drummer, who's not really considered one of the best drummers in the world, not at all, because he's swinging up and down in tempo. And he said, I love that. That's exactly what's going. You lift it in the chorus, it'll be a little fast, and then he goes down in the verse. If you just want it totally flat, you can just use the drum machine.
Yeah. It's a wonderful point.
Yeah, it is.
I imagine that in the band's process, Jascha will finish the song and you shape it into the finished production, together sometimes. Is there a demo that you change very dramatically once Jascha handed it over?
Actually, yeah, there are a couple. There are also songs that we totally just copied, like The Actor. We totally copied Jascha's demo because it was absolutely the best possible version we ever heard. So we just took whatever was on the demo and put it on track in the big studio. But I remember the song called How Many Hours. Actually, it was like a piano ballad on the demo. And we just liked the a little bit Beatles. John Lennon, he has this song, Dream Number 9, and all these women, and George Michael. He had a song.
Yeah, exactly.
He had this "Listen Without Prejudice."
Yeah,
Feel
beautiful
the
album.
pain. Yeah, and this is the day of the open hand.
Yeah, so we're very inspired of
These
you
are
were
yeah,
very
Praying for Time. It's
Praying
called
for Time.
Praying for Time,
We
yeah.
love that.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
guitars.
and
The
we
rich become the poor. That one.
yeah.
Hey.
And then we actually, you can hear that on our song, How Many Hours, because we heard that there are 2 lead vocals on Praying for Time, and one is singing and the other one is whispering. This is the day of the open.
Yeah.
So Jascha actually did that also on our song.
It's because he's such a great vocalist. Oh,
Absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
That's why we love him so much.
Yeah.
When you went to Shillong, what did you feel watching the crowd? Because we are watching you, but you're also watching us.
Yeah.
A band from our house coming to Shillong, one corner in the mountains in India. What were you feeling, Jascha?
It was a very dramatic experience being in Shillong. First of all, up to the concert, I had some problems. I had a block. My ears were blocked, so I had to went to the doctor in Shillong. And it was, and after that, it started to rain. It rained and rained, and so we were a little bit late, the tour manager and I, and so we drove through the cloud. Sorry, we drove through the crowd, and there was mud everywhere, and I had to lie down in the car not to be recognized. And then I finally came to the stage, and Mikkel came to me and said, "This is like Rolling Stones in a stadium." and yeah, it was an amazing experience. Just completely, really, really dramatic and amazing experience.
2000 must have been a tricky year because, Soren goes and the 3 of you are together. You have to respect a band member when he says he has to do his own work. What kept you together practically and emotionally in that phase, Corey?
Yes, it was a difficult time. As you said, we lost a band member that has been with us from the very beginning. We were just in the middle of recording an album. We were in the middle of a tour. There was stuff that we just needed to do. And I think in very early days, in the very first days after that, that kept us just going, There's a few shows in the calendar and a record to finish. So we just did that. And then I think we just slowly started to transform the dynamics in the band, finding out how to do this without Soren, because we didn't know that before. He was a very powerful factor in our both live shows and the studio recording. So we needed to kind of turn everything upside down. And for example, what we did when we had to do the next album, we just said to some producers, now you try and produce the album. We are not up for it, doing it on our own this time. So we needed time just to find a new structure in the band, and it took some years. It was really difficult. And but then, of course, we had our audience, we had our fans. So basically, that was what kept us going. Because the first time we went to Asia and had a show, we realized, hey, this works even without Soren. The audience, they still love the music, and that's what made us keep going.
Okay, I'm going to talk about some songs and videos. I love Strange Foreign Beauty. Was the video a real life thing? Did you actually meet a strange foreign beauty and write a song? I don't know, the song itself. And also the video is so beautiful because it has a colonial looking railway station, couples meeting, getting off. The train is lovely. And I noticed that from color, it moves to black and white when the rain starts coming. Was that a set, actual railway station? So maybe you can start talking about the song and then go to the video, Mikkel.
It really is one of my favorite songs, and it's one of the songs that we actually don't play much live.
Yeah.
And it's a bit difficult to play live, but it's a really, really nice composition and beautiful lyrics. Like a stranger is a friend you never met yet, you haven't met yet. But we shot it in London on there was like a village outside London. And we went there very early in the morning, and then we shot it at this old railway station. and it was very atmospheric. It was a great day. But it's like now. I mean, a lot of cameras and tight schedules and fittings with clothes and stuff like that. It's pretty technical to make a video, and they lip sync with Jascha when he's singing 2 or 3 or 4 times. And actually, it's like making a video. You really don't know what it's going to look like until you see it 1 month after it's been edited. But it's really good, and I still really love that song.
So it must have been the editor's decision to change from color to black and white when
Yes,
the rain came.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
so
we were
beautiful.
aware of that.
And
So beautiful.
it was very expensive to do this video. And I remember after this video, there was a couple of years where the record company didn't want to pay for any of
They
this.
spent so much money on that video. The train was so expensive to hire.
I can
Taken
imagine.
from the Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's kidding.
We love Harry Potter too. Everybody loves Someday. Everywhere you go, people know the lyrics. The video, I believe it was a beach in Bali. Everybody, all your fans know that.
Yeah.
But the question I want to ask is the beautiful girl in the video. I believe you just found her on the beach
Yes.
and asked her to be in the video, and she became such a star. So just your memories of that Bali shoot, and did you guys direct it yourself, Jascha?
No, it was actually a guy from Denmark that directed the video, and it was in one take. The video is just one take.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did maybe 3 run through or something like that, and then the sun went down and it was over. And this girl, I think we tried to find her, but we never heard from this girl. No,
No, the thing
I don't
was
know
that
who
we
she was.
actually hired some local Balinese models to be in the video, who were supposed to lip sync throughout the whole video and being in and out of the frame. And they rehearsed with them for the whole day, and they said, they're not really so good at lip syncing. We can't get it right, the lip syncing. So they asked this Brazilian girl on the beach, could you help out?
Ah,
And she just did it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was Brazilian.
That was
Wow.
that was a problem. So we needed someone to lip sync, some female
Yeah.
in the video, and we never heard from her before. She was called Paloma, as far as I remember.
Wow. And
That's
nobody
all we-
knows where she is
That's
now?
all.
No.
She was from
She
Brazil.
must be a mommy, grandmommy. We don't
Oh
know.
yeah, she's a grandmother.
From Brazil.
Of course.
How
No,
lovely.
we don't know her.
Wild Women. I just love the lyrics to that song because it talks, Korea, of humans being two-faced, yeah? Wild woman at the front door, wife is knocking at the back door, dirty money in the left hand, preacher shaking my other hand, right hand. What were you guys thinking and what do you want to portray when you wrote that song? It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I was very much inspired, of course, lifestyle. No, actually, I think it was
Who needs enemies when you have friends like this?
No problem.
I think it has been quite sometimes also an unconscious process to develop the whole thing, the music, lyrics. And I remember we sitting in the studio in the kitchen with our producer, and we actually came up with this chorus together somewhere. Yeah,
Wow.
I remember that. And we just played. It was just developed by just playing around with it, actually.
It's a proper, rousing
Yeah,
stadium song.
And yeah, it's really, and I really actually it's. I wonder why people actually like it, because, as you say, it is not just you know, it is like
It's a very
two-faced,
deep
yeah.
song. It's a very philosophical song. I mean, it's
Actually, it's
25 minutes, another one of my eternal favorites. Was that from a personal experience about showing up late, losing your loved one? Or was it from a third person's perspective? Everyone relates to that song around the world when you lose the girl.
Yeah.
I think it's a fairy tale. Jascha never experienced that in real life. I think it's one of those fairy tale creations, like writing a little script for a movie or something like that. For me, it's very cinematic. I can, when I close my eyes, I can totally see everything in that song. But no, it's not something any of us tried.
No, it was also the same thing, quite unconscious actually, songwriting. And I tried different numbers. I thought that the last part should be like a number, but I didn't know. I've tried 23 years. No, it didn't sound so good. And it's true, and 24 years, but 25 years, that really sounded good. And sometimes it's like that, you know, just pick the words that really fits. But I'm amazed that people always connect this song to weddings and romantics, but actually this is a very unhappy.
It's a
love
heartbreak song.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
heartbreak song. And people constantly say to us that we played your song 25 minutes at our wedding, and so it's like people love the song anyway, even if it is a heartbreak song.
And the video is again beautiful. Was that church in our house in your native town, or was it somewhere else? A beautiful church.
In Copenhagen.
In
church.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. You know, Mikkel already answered this. I want to know from you, Jascha, and you, Kare. Growing up in Scandinavia must have been amazing. I mean, I can still listen to ABBA, ABBA, Europe, Martika, Roxette, all those Swedish bands. Talk to me about Scandinavian influences when you were growing up. Did you hear those bands? All of them, some of them. Are you friends with any of them? I don't know.
Definitely. I have always been a huge ABBA fan, actually, and so ABBA has been the biggest inspiration actually for my songwriting. Actually, I live in Sweden, and actually I work with a producer in Sweden that actually did several albums with Agneta Fältskog from ABBA. So I have been like this close, but not no cigar.
I never bumped into Per Gessle. I don't know.
Not really. No, we don't know them.
Once we met them in Germany.
did we?
At a TV
Okay.
show, yeah.
But it was funny because when we were kids growing up, just going to school, there were two bands in the whole world at that time. You could be a fan of either ABBA or the Danish band Gasoline.
Yeah.
Okay.
ABBA were the pop, the girls and the more soft boys, you know. And then if you wanted to pretend you were a hard boy, you listened to Gasoline. They played more rock music. I was a Gasoline fan. Mikkel was Gasoline, and Jascha, he was ABBA fan. So that was just defining as a kid. It's so funny, really. And today, of course, it's very different. But in those days, there were not so many big artists around.
I secretly adored ABBA.
You didn't dare to tell.
No.
Exactly.
A sleeping child. I mean, all parents of really young kids love it. You know, I have two girls, 13 and 6. When they were growing up, I played that a lot. Love it. All parents love the song. Is it right? Is it from a father to a child, or is it like, you know, sometimes we call our loved ones baby? Is it an ode to your loved one? I don't know, Jascha.
Yes, exactly. It is exactly a song for my first daughter. Actually, she was kind of newborn, maybe one year old or 2 years old at that time, and it was definitely a song for her.
Beautiful.
And she's proud of it today, but she's also a bit tired of it because she thinks she's getting so old.
I wonder, Mikkel, MLTR's catalog is full of memorable guitar hooks. I mean, I listened to the hook of Someday, That's Why. Do you write hooks on the guitar first, or do you hunt for them after the vocal melody is locked?
Always after. I think it's amazing because I really didn't play a very good solo until Played on Pepper. And Someday was the first song we recorded for that album. And I remember total, like yesterday, all the four of us, when Soren was in the band, it was mostly Soren and I who did the engineering and the technical stuff, and also producing, actually. Spending a lot of hours, you know, which sound should it be and what should it play? And I remember that solo just poured out of me in the moment. And I remember because it was the first song we did, and it was the first album we ever recorded together and produced together. There was this great feeling of wow, because producing that album was a little bit insecure because we really had to prove that we could do it ourselves. The two first albums were produced by really hotshot producers. And we feared that we might maybe end up sounding like amateurs producing our own albums. But I think it was like when we recorded Someday, it was like everything just fell together. And especially during the composition of the solo, I remember I came up with and then it was like, we need some little, and then, okay, it has to be high pitch now, and then we came up, And I saw this other guitarist, he could do this do, and then he could tap the guitar. Do, 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 do. And then I didn't know what to do after that. And then Soren, who was an excellent guitar player, he said, why don't you go down? And that was totally his.
Like an ending.
Yeah, the ending was his.
Wow.
And he sang it and hummed it, and it was okay. That's it. And when we heard it, it was on the day when you record it, you don't really know if it's good. But when we came back the next morning, it was like, wow.
Yeah. We were jumping around in the studio when it was finished and joking about it was going to be a big hit. And we pretended that we were radio DJs and, wow, listen to this wonderful song.
Doing what I do. You've done solo work, Jascha, and then there's the work with MLTR. What does MLTR give you that solo work doesn't, and what does solo work give you that Mikkel Lentz Rock does not give you?
Sometimes it's we disagree about the songs, and I really feel that I have to sometimes release some stuff, because otherwise I don't want my songwriting to stop. And I think these days, actually, it's very sad, but there's no really point to write any music if nobody wants to listen, so I think it must be really tough for the new artists. On the other hand, I'm very thankful that we have the band and that I'm very proud that I actually already wrote some huge hits that will never disappear. So I don't complain.
Lovely. What does India mean to you, Kare?
I really love India, and I've done that from the very first time I came here. It's a very special place, and it's hard to describe what it means, but it's definitely, in a way, like going to the very opposite of what we come from. Denmark, very small, very controlled, clean, not so many people. We got ocean all over. It's cold. I mean, everything is just the opposite of India. And coming here was just really such a big experience, really. And the way people are here, I mean, all the whole atmosphere of the country, and the madness and the colors and the food and the culture, it's just a place I like to be.
Lovely.
How can I say?
Yeah, and the music that you hear everywhere when you walk the streets here in India, it's like some melodies I absolutely never heard before, and also the tonality is not like exact like the Western scale, and it's really interesting and inspiring.
You guys came here, Mikkel, when nobody came to India. So wonderful. And now we get so many artists. When you tour so much, look at this particular tour, for example. You were in Bangalore, you're here, you're moving to Delhi. How, as a musician, do you avoid burnout? I asked Sting this, and he said he does yoga and meditation. I asked Louis Tomlinson from One Direction. He said, mate, I just go out, have a drink. Mm-hmm. So what is your thing for relaxing, centering yourself?
That's a good question. I think all artists do different stuff. And I really don't know. I mean, when we don't tour, we actually have some time off. And that's when we, get back to normal. Because traveling and being on the road is the opposite of normal. It's pretty intense and tiring, actually. But also the highest peaks, from my point of view, is the biggest peaks in my life has been with Mikkel Takes Us Through. So it's like a contradiction, It's like it's tough, and then it's also really wonderful.
It's
great. It's great to have an empty schedule sometimes, a completely empty schedule. And
but I think we all have, over the years, have all had very normal lives, really, family lives, just staying at home, having a normal everyday life, go shopping, cook some food, be with our children. That has kind of, I think, been our way to get away from the touring life and the music business, so that we could get ready to do it again. and again and again.
You named the tour Take Us to Your Heart. I mean, the song itself is so beautiful, and it's gone successful in multiple countries. People make their own language versions of it. Is that the reason, or do you want it to be a reflection of your journey? Take Us to Your Heart, the name of the tour, or did you feel it should be like a greatest hits thing? What was the idea behind naming the tour that?
We just commonly figured out that it would be a very good title for the tour. One of the best titles, actually. And then we switched it, Mikkel switch it around, so let's take us to your heart. So what is it?
Yes, Take Us to Your
Take
Heart.
Us to
Instead of Take Me to Your Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the punning on the song. Yeah.
A little twist.
Yeah.
So, it was a good title for the tour.
But it's true that what you said, it's like a greatest hits tour, actually. Because we haven't been here for quite a while, so we thought we'd really try to play the songs, and which is also fun for us, to play the most famous songs, I guess. Because, I mean, the reaction to those songs is just really smashing. It's really, I mean, you never get tired of starting a few notes. When Jascha starts, people just go crazy, and it's the best feeling in the world. And you get that when you play, I mean, the famous songs, the songs we hope that people came to listen to.
Favorite Indian food would be? Corey, do you like anything about our food?
There's so much of it. I just like a normal dal is great, or any curry chicken.
Chicken curry and dal.
Yeah, I just love that.
Yasha?
Yeah, butter chicken and naan bread, I say it's my favorite. Yeah.
Butter chicken.
It's the paneer, the butter paneer, the red gravy with the paneer, and also garlic naan.
Sorry?
Garlic naan.
Garlic naan.
All the time.
You're speaking like locals now.
I love it. I really. I had it 2 hours ago.
I really love this Kingfisher beer when I had it in Denmark, but I tried to find the same beer, and I didn't get the same beer. I don't know what it is. It was a big bottle, brown bottle like Kingfisher, and it's a bit sweet. Maybe there's different types of Kingfisher.
Yes, it's wonderful. My last question is, we all know you got your name, and I don't want you to repeat it because you've repeated it hundreds of times, that first competition, and you wrote it on the cassette. But there's Frankie Goes to Hollywood, there's Johnny Hates Jazz, and there's Michael Learns to Rock. Which do you think is the coolest?
Actually, Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Really
What do you
cool
think
name.
is the coolest?
I think that Michael Learns to Rock is.
No, Echo and the Bunnymen.
Now there is throw a new one to the mix.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear you guys on stage and scream out loud today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mikkel. Thank you, Jascha. And thank you, Corey. It's such an honor. Such an honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
94.3 Radio 1.